Hey guys, just recording a quick video going through the Brown Bear Digital Creative Sprint Tracker. What this is essentially a Google Sheet that will monitor, manage, and help you track your current creative sprint rounds you're managing either for yourself internally or for any clients you have within the agency that you're currently working for. I'll try and make this as simple as possible, but essentially what we've got is we've got a summary as to how the different types of creatives that you're running or currently ideating and working on at the moment. The stage that everything is at, so you can get a good understanding as to where you're currently at, who in your team should be resourcing more heavily, and how that's all going, as well as the actual progress in terms of whether you're on track, lagging, or ahead. Because again, if obviously everything's lagging, you've got a lot of red, that's problematic. If everything's on track or ahead, you're generally looking pretty good, and you can obviously not take your foot off the gas, but obviously just know that you're not currently absolutely slammed with urgent requests that may fall behind. We've then also got a number of different tabs which are automated, and what they do is they pull through based on the week that things are in. And when I say the week, the way this works is for the clients I've worked with in the past and the ones I work with currently, we normally do creative sprint rounds on a 4-week rotation. So you've got week 1, 2, 3, and 4. And essentially based on which week they're currently in, it will pull automatically through into the relevant tabs here. So if you've got a lot of different clients or a lot of different creatives going through, because again, there can be hundreds going simultaneously. If you have them all in one little hub here, it can be very difficult to manage. Whereas at least by breaking down by week 1, 2, 3, or 4, you can go in there and just see what's due. For example, week 4 being the last week is going to be a high priority. How much have we got to prioritize for that to make sure they go live on time with the clients? And then maybe you can progressively work your way back. It can also be adjusted to break down maybe based by client, for example. But this is how it's generally just set up for the context of this initially. Now, I'm going to go through and basically fill out one of these myself, show you how it works, and give you an insight into why it obviously offers value. And the first thing that we do is also have an automatic ad naming convention creator. So this formula will essentially just look at the information you input and give you an ad name that you can copy out and paste straight into Meta, TikTok, whichever platform you're using creatively. And essentially we'll start with client 2. And again, obviously you have your actual client names input in there. That's fine. Round isn't essential. It's encouraged, and I certainly prefer having it because it helps with tracking performance based on certain rounds or certain months of creative launches to see what works. It also helps the ad naming convention for clarity. But if you have one round per month, let's say January's round 1, Feb round 2, March round 3 example, we're in November, so let's just call this round 11. That goes into the ad name as well. Creative concept, let's call it, again, obviously I'm working for Brown Bear, let's say I'm making, doing some creatives for our branded hoodies that we have and that we wear. And as a result of that, I'm going to call it hoodie range Bear design. Is that spelled correctly? Yes, it is. Cool. That goes into the naming convention as well. So it's basically the product and angle that we're running, and then what creative deliverables are we using. So let's just say it's going to be video assets, and that goes into the name as well. So you can see the name would be client 2, whatever the client's name, round 11, hoodie range, Bear design, video, 28 of the 11, 2025. So then we've got the dates, which are automatic inputs from you. Again, it's obviously set up as a date within Google Sheets. So you just basically double click and move across whichever date is relevant for your tracking. And then same thing goes for end date. Based on these dates and also the current date, which you can use as a formula within Google Sheets to track, we get time remaining as well. And that will determine where we're at in terms of progress. So based on the date currently, if this was one that went live on the 3rd of the 11th, which was Monday just gone by, today's currently the 7th, which is the Friday, and it's due on the 28th, which is essentially 3 weeks from today. So 4 work weeks in total. The stage should be at internal feedback. Now, the current stage, as you can see, is pre-planning, which means it is lagging because it should be one that is ahead. So for example, pre-planning and ideation are behind, therefore lagging. The internal feedback stage is actually on track. And then, for example, client approval means we are running ahead. And you can see time remaining is 21 days based on due date and today's current date. And again, you can assign to relevant team members. So for example, here, let's do Cameron, that's me. And the priority is determined based on the number of days remaining. And the number of days remaining will also determine which of the weeks it goes into under here. So everything's medium priority because all of these have got the same dates on them currently. But if I was to slightly adjust these ones, maybe I just bring the deadline forward by a week. That automatically becomes a high priority with 14 days left. And if you see all of these with the same dates are currently in week 2, if we have a look at the most recent one, it actually automatically pulls through to week 3. So that is a good thing to note. So again, in terms of the dating, everything pulls through correctly and into the relevant tab. And this can be adjusted, which I can support on if needed, to make sure it actually pulls through not just based on dates, but can be adjusted if you just want it broken down by client or even maybe creative type if you just want to look at your stakes, your images, and then clients that do both at the same time. That is also an option as well. But essentially, that's the gist of the sheet. And then once your creatives are done, you can also, whether you save them in a Google Drive, ClickUp, or even wanted to save them within here, that can obviously be adjusted too. And then with that adjustment, you can basically then just save them here, upload them to your Meta Ads library, your TikTok Ads library, and then upload them into the platform. And then you literally just need to copy out your name. So just hit that and hit Command C, copy that out, paste it into Meta, and your name is good to go along with the creatives that you've tracked here. But yeah, if there's any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we'd also be happy to make any adjustments and edits to this to help any people that are looking to download it. But otherwise, thank you very much for your time, and thanks so much for watching.